city has its builders, but only a few become its storytellers. In 1992, one such story began with Sri R. Narasimha Reddy Garu, chairman, a man whose vision went beyond brick and mortar. He founded Pavani Group with a simple philosophy: build with integrity, deliver with commitment, and design with foresight. Over 3 decades, that belief transformed into a legacy, a trusted name that has redefined living spaces across Hyderabad and Bangalore.
Grandfather and all agricultural background. My father was a superintendent engineer, retired, and he was into buildings and road works mostly. He was into the state government department, R&D, roads and building. Then afterwards, because of the interest, I have studied my civil engineering and I graduated in the year 1978. Immediately, I got a job in the government, the state government, roads and buildings department, as assistant executive engineer. It is a gazetted rank. I worked there for 3 years, but I wanted to take up a challenging work, so I entered into business. My first project was Mr. Rajshekhar Reddy's plot at Mashirabad. Myself and Mr. Reddy of Pharma Unit, we have started together and we completed that project, and it was leased out to NABARD building on rent. Then afterwards we completed about 30 projects in Hyderabad, Secunderabad.
The journey began in 1992 with Pavani Estates, along with Pavani Nirvana and Capital, laying the foundation for a vision built on trust and quality. By 1993, the portfolio expanded with Pavani Fortune House, Pavani Marigold, and YVR Mansion, followed in 1994 by Pearl Point and Pavani Avenue, steadily shaping the skyline with thoughtfully built spaces. Growth continued through 1995 with Linganpet Estates and Indradhanush, and by 1996, Pavani Plaza further strengthened the brand's presence. The late 90s saw milestones like Pavani Anasuya in 1998 and Pavani Annex in 1999, leading into a defining phase in 2000 with Pavani Corp, Pavani Residency, and Pavani Resorts, marking a new era of expansion. The early 2000s brought Pavani Prestige Annex and Pavani Kamal in 2001, followed by Pavani Prestige in 2004 and the premium development Pavani Sobha in 2006. By 2008, with Pavani Boulevard, Pavani Lakshmi Vikas, and a joint venture with Western Constructions, the brand continued to grow with confidence and scale. A shift towards community-focused living emerged with Pavani Harmony in 2010 and Pavani Petals in 2012, paving the way for contemporary developments like Pavani Aqua in 2014 and Pavani Mona in 2016 and Pavani Stratos in 2018, reflecting evolving lifestyles and architectural innovation. Entering a new decade, landmark projects such as Pavani Encore, Pavani Equinox, and Pavani Rohan in 2020 showcased modern living at its finest, followed by Pavani Ramnivas in 2021, expanding beyond residences into thoughtfully planned open-plot communities. Pavani Roayel and Pavani Trinity, developments like Pavani Meadows, represent the next chapter, creating future-ready spaces where new stories and new homes will rise. Today, as the skylines evolve, so does Pavani Group.
2 decades of legacy wherein my father has started real estate. So we are here to continue this legacy and provide shelter to more and more people, provide in a secured environment for the investors who are coming in the future. I've actually done my schooling from Little Flower. Then I did my engineering from Ufkamza. Then I did my master's in LSE, London School of Economics. Then I worked for a couple of years in KPMG. My dad always believed that before I entered into the company, I have to work under someone else. Then I'll know the business ethics as well as the work ethics, the discipline, how we have to carry forward, not only in other companies, once they come back to my company also. The biggest takeaway that I have for KPMG is how the Big Four operates. It's a big corporate environment, it's a big pool of corporate culture. The work ethics, the business ethics, how they deal, how they treat every customer, no matter how small or how big the company is, the kind of importance that they give for every customer is the same. So that is when I realized, after I moved back to the firm, no matter with whom I deal with, whether it is small or big, that doesn't matter. Because every day, any day, whether it's a landlord or a customer, we have to give that much of importance to each and every individual. The importance cannot change. Importance has to remain the same. After I finished my work in KPMG, then I got back to my company of Pavani Group. It's been close to 13 years since I've come into Pavani Group as a director. My first project was in 2012, wherein I entered in a project called Pavani Petals. Right from the groundbreaking, I was taking care of the entire project. It is about a 4 acres project. It had about 53 villas. And I had a varied customer base. There are people from Microsoft, Cognizant, CTS, TCS, few locals as well. So it was completely new for me because I am from engineering background, but construction was totally new. I was always never hands-on ground because it was completely new for me. But from a technical point of view, I had the knowledge. But from a practical point of view, my knowledge was very limited. So on one side, I had to manage the finances. On one side, I had to deal with the customers. On one side, there are anyways a few complaints from all customers. So we have to satisfy their customers as well. And we had a landlord. Landlord was also very supportive. And we had to, and finally, we were able to satisfy the landlord as well as all the customers. And we've completed the project in a span of about 2.5 years. And it was a very successful project, the first project which I did. Since my childhood, I was more interested in getting into civil engineering. Looking at my dad, I want to follow his footsteps. So I did my civil engineering from Mufkamza College. Then I did my master's in UK in construction management. So I entered into the management side. From there, then I went to Dubai. I gained experience as a planning engineer. I worked for almost 2.5 years in planning the buildings, planning, scheduling and monitoring the construction schedule of the projects. I've overall completed around 11 projects in Dubai. My final thing was I want to look after my company. I want to come back and with a lot of experience. So I've got an international exposure there. Then I came back. At that moment, the market was very down in Hyderabad. Because of 2008-9 Lehman Brothers hit, market was very bad. So I joined KPMG. It was in role of executing their balance of the plant in the construction activity of the thermal power projects there. After 1 year or so, then the market slowly started picking up. Then I joined my company and I started building projects. It's always a competitive advantage is there because when you're joining your dad into the business. So when my father started this business, it is in the name of Pavani. It's my sister's name. So first thing we think about this is the credibility because what he has got from nowhere to somewhere in a recognition position. So it's more than 34 years of hard work and efforts have gone there. So first thing I wanted to do is I shouldn't spoil the name. So whatever we stick to is more than the marketing spending, we used to because of the marketing expenses have increased a lot these days. But we used to, whoever the customer comes, right, we used to give them a discounted price so that by word of mouth is more stronger is what we used to feed. And that's how the company has built. And that's how word of mouth was spread. And so any launch of a new project, which gives us a boost, the pre-sales used to happen just because of the word of mouth.
With over 40 plus landmark projects completed and more than 400 acres developed, Pavani Group stands at the intersection of legacy and leadership. And the journey doesn't stop here. With new developments like Pavani Trinity, Pavani Roayel, the future is being designed today thoughtfully, sustainably, and with the same trust that built its past. Behind every square foot, there's a story of trust, satisfaction, and of dreams fulfillment. Thousands of families and investors across Telangana and Karnataka call Pavani their partners in progress.
We have a wide spread of clientele all around. investors and clients and repeated clients. They are from software companies, they are from pharmaceutical companies, they are also through real estate and NRIs, senior citizens. It's a bunch of pool of investors. They are from pilots, training pilots, and everybody is there in this has an investment point of view they look at. So more than everything, more is the trust factor is what we build, and the appreciation what we have shown so far. That is driving us, and the people having taken us is creating us to get more projects, explore more opportunities, to give them a better appreciation tomorrow. A legacy that has been created by my dad. He has been carrying it for 20 years. Ever since I stepped into his shoes for the last 15 years. It's not only important for me to carry his legacy, but at the same time, I should provide some kind of a new thing for every customer coming in and investing with our firm. Ever since I've got into this company, our ideology, because it's a new gen era, you've got the new Gen Zs who are coming in, you've got everybody start investing. What is important is how can I provide a wholesome experience for each of them? Because it can't be the old conventional style wherein people just go see, because now everything is available digital. Just by the click of it on a computer, you can see how many projects are there in a particular area. How do we stand out from them is the most important thing. One is the trust factor, one is the future development research that we have done, and and however, we also like to see foolproof, give them completely foolproof so that their life and the investment that they have done in this particular project is foolproof. No matter wherever, whichever part of the world they are, their investment is with our company, and we will give them that particular transparent, that this particular position, what is the current state. And we have also done buybacks wherein from the customers where they said how much they are appreciated, can you do a buyback? We have done a buyback as well, and people have been very happy with it.
Almost 99% of my customers are very happy. Whatever the amount they invested has been inflated and increased, and they're enjoying the properties in NATCO. The investor has to look after the company credentials and the trustworthy of the company and is long-standing, and they should see whether how many buildings they are completed, whether it is on time, and whether they are given the clear property to them, and afterwards the maintenance of the building is good or not, and the society, formation of the society, handing over of the society, and the building, it is their lifetime investment. So it has to be carefully chosen, like location, clear titles. Pavani Estates is having a large land bank of having more than 500 acres surrounding Hyderabad and Secunderabad and Vizag. So we want to do good projects, layouts, building all the thing, and we want to go for schools, international schools, resorts, banquet halls, etc. I am grateful to my wife Neelima for supporting me in good and bad times, and I wish both the sons Abhijit and Archit for their success in their life.
For more than 30 years, Pavani Group has stood for trust, innovation, and timely delivery. With over 40 plus completed projects and 10 million square feet, and a vision expanding across Hyderabad, Bangalore, and beyond, Pavani Group continues to create communities that inspire living and promise enduring value. Because some foundations aren't just made of concrete, they are built on integrity, passion, and people. Pavani Group, 3 decades of trust, a future built to last.